Want to know a bit about Vancouver, the US city, and not the one up in Canada? Stick around and we'll talk about some of the benefits of living in one of the best kept secrets of the Pacific Northwest. Hi folks, my name is Scott Spiker and welcome to my channel. I work at Front Door Realty here in Vancouver, and in this episode we're going to do a general overview of the city, review a few places to live, and look at some of the options to explore and places to play. Living in Vancouver, Washington is literally like having one foot in suburbia and one foot in the country. With rivers, foothills, and mountains dominating the outlying visual landscape, you'll feel somewhat civilized, but be super close to the backcountry. Vancouver is a city on the north bank of the Columbia River in the southwest portion of Washington. Some insist it's the largest suburb of Portland, Oregon, but really anymore, it's coming into its own as a charming city with a homey small town feel. Incorporated in 1857 and named in honor of Sea Captain George Vancouver, the population here is just over 185,000, making it the fourth largest city in Washington. Heavy industry and old-growth forests started to vanish in the mid-1900s, and Vancouver's economy changed largely to high-tech and service industry jobs at that point. As of 1997, the city decided to dedicate the next 15 to 20 years to revitalizing the downtown core. As a result, numerous projects began to take shape around Central City, and as of mid-2020, more than 24 of those were either completed, under construction, or being developed. One of the most practical reasons to live here is affordability of housing when compared to Portland, Oregon, and other major metros of the Pacific Northwest like Seattle and Vancouver, BC. Another major draw is no personal state income tax here in Washington and no sales tax in Oregon, even though you're supposed to pay a sales tax as a Washington resident with any merchandise that you bring back from Oregon. That's rarely, if ever, enforced, except items that need registration, such as cars, motorhomes, motorcycles, and boats, and other similar items. Because of these tax benefits, the city is really popular with retirees. It doesn't seem like it's as popular with the younger set and students, although that may be on the change. Vancouver offers many urban and pedestrian activities. By far the largest category of restaurants in the region are casual eateries and hangouts that serve craft beer as well as local baristas and coffee shops. And if you're into wine, you can taste and tour your way from downtown through the waterfront with about a half dozen local wineries within easy walking distance. Fresh food fanatics will enjoy the regional farmers markets here that happen almost all week long. Starting with Tuesdays, there's one in Salmon Creek, then Wednesday, there's one in Camas. Tech Center Park has one on the east side on Thursdays, and then the general Vancouver Farmers Market is Saturday and Sunday in Esther Short Park. For art connoisseurs, downtown Vancouver is home to several art galleries and also First Friday Art Walk, a monthly public event with contributions from local artists. There are also various open-air art installments in the downtown area that can be viewed anytime. Vancouver appeals to a variety of lifestyles, whether you prefer to be in the heart of urban activity or want a quieter country way of life. If you're looking for wide open spaces, check out the surrounding Warlbergs of Battleground, Hawkinson, Le Center, and Yacold. For more community-based living, the banks of the Columbia are lined with several riverfront condos offering unparalleled views and a low-maintenance city feel for its residents. The city also has a variety of new construction homes in quiet neighborhoods and older homes with traditionally larger yards. Home styles vary from conservative Victorian architecture and craftsman bungalows downtown to small wartime tract housing and ranch-style single levels occupying Midtown with rural farms and larger properties in the outlying areas. From classic bungalows to charming Tudors, Vancouver has something to offer everyone. Although many residents enjoy activities in both Vancouver and Portland without the penalty of paying for Portland home prices, you may want to think twice about commuting to Oregon during regular business hours, or at least until they get current infrastructure caught up to peak traffic volume. Even so, an estimated 30% of Portland's workforce are residents of Vancouver and the greater Clark County area of Washington. For now, the cost of living in Vancouver is moderate at about 4% greater than the overall national average. The most significant difference, however, is in median home prices, which ends up saving you about $100K for a home here. One of the supreme benefits of the Washington area, especially Vancouver, is the recreational opportunities and weekend getaways that are close by. Just take a look at a geographic map of Washington and it's easy to see the stunning diversity of terrain. Washington encompasses many major ecosystems in its boundaries, including marine waters, pristine beaches, rainforests, alpine meadows, prairies, freshwater rivers, and more. The diverse terrain provides unparalleled beauty and endless opportunity for exploration and adventure. Whether you're looking for an urban bike ride or a hike through the coastal rainforest, the variety here truly is unique. For urban adventurers, mixed-use paths in Vancouver are paved and mostly devoid of vehicle traffic. Some of the longer paths from east to west are Paddon Parkway, running from Ward Road to 53rd Street, Salmon Creek Greenway, just off I-5 up to West 36th Street, and Burnt Bridge Creek, one of my favorites, at Northeast 92nd Avenue, running all the way out to Fruit Valley Road. Trail length on these varies from over 2 miles to just over 5 miles of cycling, walking, and family fun. Vancouver currently has more than 90 local and regional parks, including over 2,000 acres of natural areas and open spaces. Some of the regional public lands and places of interest include Clackamas Lake and Camas, Louisville Regional Park, Moulton Falls Park, Lewis Falls Trailhead, and the Cedar Creek Gristmill just north of Vancouver. Meanwhile, regional biking and hiking are also good at the local Cascade Peaks of Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams, as well as in the Columbia River Gorge and Mount Hood just across the way over in Oregon. Some of the same surrounding volcanic peaks are also excellent playgrounds for Nordic and alpine skiing, as well as snowboarding and snowshoeing, winter camping, and winter climbing. Vancouver lies in a subtropical climate zone with wet, chilly winters and warm, dry summers, and the occasional Indian summer that can extend into late October. Rainfall here is frequent from fall to spring, usually ceasing around late May to early June. Snowfall down low is mostly sporadic and usually short-lived, but it's the maritime weather that seasonally bathes the forest conifers that tend to keep summers greener here than many other inland states. And because of Vancouver's mostly northern latitude, it makes for longer summer days with 10 to 12 hours of usable daylight during peak periods. Summers are typically more mild by comparison to other areas as well, with temperatures rarely going over 100 degrees Fahrenheit for extended periods. There is, however, a trade-off to summer paradise. It rains here a bunch. If you didn't grow up in the Pacific Northwest or don't come from a place where there are extended periods of moist weather, moving to Vancouver can be an interesting experience in understanding how forces of nature work on the human mind over time. If you can hack long stretches of drizzly days and incessant rain, you'll feel quite at home here. However, one thing is for sure, surrounding vistas are breathtaking when the sun finally does come out, especially in late fall and early winter, when there are epic panoramas of Mount St. Helens and Mount Hood that can be seen off in the clear cold distance. If you like this video and want to see more in-depth pieces on everything from real estate and homes to recreational opportunities and adventure, as well as a few DIY home projects and other goodies, exercise that subscribe option and stay up to date on my latest offerings. Until then, I will see you next time.